Since we finished from explaining all of the key processes involved in the execution phase, we've discussed also about the change control and the other key processes that might you face on the PMP exam. Now let's talk about evaluating the project execution performance. So welcome to the session on evaluating project execution performance. Effective project execution is critical for achieving the project objectives. However, simply completing tasks is not enough. We must assess how well the execution align with the planned expectation, identify improvement areas, and document best practices for the future project. Why we evaluate the project execution performance? Evaluating the project execution performance is essential to understand if the project met the expectation. By reviewing the execution effectiveness, we can identify any inefficiencies, process gaps, and areas for optimization, ensuring continuous learning and improvement. The key metrics that can be used during the performance execution. To measure the execution performance, project manager uses key metrics such the SPI, um, which is the schedule performance index, and CPI, which is the cost performance index, which we are gonna cover each of these in the monitoring phase. These indicators help assessing whether the project is on track in terms of time and budget. Additionally, quality metric ensures that the deliverables meet the stakeholder expectation. So again, the SPI is one of these key metrics that can be used during the execution and monitoring phase. The SPI it's used to measure the adherence to the project timeline. The CPI evaluates the budget efficiency and ensuring that the project manager is adhering to the project budget. The quality metrics used to track the defects or the rework, let's say trend or performance or number of rework requests, and also compliance with the quality standards. Reviewing the execution effectiveness. So, execution effectiveness is measured by comparing the actual performance against the baseline plan. Deviation may indicate the risks that were not fully mitigated or process inefficiencies that need a correction. Let's take an example here. Let's say a manufacturing project experienced machine downtime, which has caused delay in production. Analysis revealed that the incorrect preventive maintenance planning leading to revised maintenance schedule in future projects. And the tools here that can be used to assess the performance of the execution. There are different, let's say, techniques here you can follow, including the earned value management, or known as the EVM, which we are again gonna explain that in the monitoring phase. We have also the variance analysis to identify the gaps in execution and the lessons learned documentation to capture the best practices and improvement areas. The EVM, or earned value management, it tracks the project progress in terms of the cost and schedule. And part of the EVM, which we just covered now, the SPI and the CPI and other key indicators that we are gonna explore in the monitoring phase. So all of these various tools help to assess the execution performance. Next, let's see how to identify the areas of improvement. So project evaluation help uncover areas for improvement, whether it's enhancing the team collaboration or refining the risk management approaches or addressing the inefficiencies in execution workflows. By addressing the bottlenecks and inefficiencies within your process, you can improve the team collaboration and the stakeholder engagement. Also, strengthen the risk and change management process. When it comes to capture the best practices, so capturing the best practices ensures that the organization continuously improve their project execution methods. By documenting what worked well and what challenges has been faced by the project, the future teams can build on previous experience to enhance the efficiency. As I mentioned, documenting the strategies, sharing the knowledge for the future teams and future project, and you may also need to create a repository to keep all of these lessons learned or the best practices um, in a repository that can be accessed by the future project managers. The common execution challenges and how to overcome them. So, execution challenges such as the resource constraints, the scope creep, and team misalignment can impact the project success. Proactively addressing these issues through better planning and communication leads to improved execution performance. And to look at an example here, let's say a government infrastructure project which suffered from frequent design changes, leading to delays. Implementing a stricter change control process can reduce the disruption in the future projects. Conducting post execution reviews. So, post execution reviews help teams to reflect on project performance, capture valuable insights, and implement process improvement for future initiatives. For example, you have this retrospective meetings to assess the performance as part of the agile and Scrum framework methodology. You also can gather the team and the stakeholder feedback to assess how well your project were, let's say, meeting the expectation. Ensure to implement corrective measures for the future project to ensure that you are learning from the previous mistakes. Summarize our session. We said evaluating execution performance is crucial for project success. Using structured evaluation methods, organizations can enhance the efficiency, improve decision making, and ensure that lessons learned contributes to future project improvements. We saw the key performance metrics and tools for the assessment of the project execution performance, the earned value management, including the SPI, the CPI, which we are going to cover soon. Um, so that's all about this session, and we'll see you in the next session.